So we're going to look now into these Great Fires. So we start off in Portland, Maine, the Great Fire of 1866. July 4th, sparked by fireworks. So the fire itself happened on I believe the second 4th of July celebration after the end of the Civil War in 1864. So this was the second celebration, and ignited hay in a boatyard and quickly spread across the city, causing roughly $200 million worth of damage, again adjusted to in modern day inflation rates. And we look at this. So this was in 1865, a photograph of Portland, Maine. And this is in 1866 afterwards. And what we see is a city absolutely decimated, absolutely leveled. Look at this rubble, look at the brick. Like, how does a fire turn brick buildings into rubble? Just looking at these pictures, look how old these buildings look. And it says it originated in the boatyard. Yeah, I mean, is this the boatyard over here? Yeah. Here we are with $200 million worth of damage. I mean, this building looks very old, obviously cooked out and wrecked, but it's already had a number of refurbishments and looks like it's been repurposed a few times here. You can see that it's been boarded up. But again, just look at the level of destruction that a supposed fire that starts from ignited hay in a boatyard. Look at this architecture as well. Very interesting. And then we move on to the Chicago Great Fire of 1871. An event that took place over the space of 2 days, October 8th to the 10th, and allegedly started by a cow knocking over a lantern in good old Mrs. Leary's barn. Fuck's sake, Mrs. Leary, why didn't you just look after the cow? Though it's not definitely proven, of course it's not definitely proven, come on. Estimated to have caused around $4.6 billion in damages. So here we are now looking at the remnants of Shalaga. We have a guy here, the hidden hand, as they all do, just seem to be stood around posing. Look at all this destruction, look at these buildings, look at that multi-tiered Greco-Roman architecture, just destroyed. Look at the ruins of this place. Look at this. A fire destroying evidently a fully fledged, kitted out city of stone brick buildings, all destroyed by fire. If it was wood, you get it, I get it, okay, but look, it turns it to rubble, to smithereens. Look at the remnants of this building here. Look at the damage that was caused, showing the district that was destroyed. They want to say Chicago, but this was Shalaga. This was Shalaga. This was what was destroyed. Again, by fire, so they say. This depiction of people just leaving the city, almost like drones, like robots. No one running for their life, as you know, their life figuratively and literally goes up in flames around them. Just rolling out of town, you know, nice and casual, not a care in the world. Smoke engulfing both flanks here. Looking at this the next day. This church front face just completely ruined. How does a fire destroy this whole roof and then destroy, you know, the front facing edifice of this building? Again, this is another angle of that building earlier, just a big Greco-Roman structure. Look at these columns. You know, why does it not destroy it all? Why does it destroy bits of it? Who are these people stood around here? Just observing, just in the photo for whatever reason. Yeah, just someone posing again, just looking out into the destruction. But again, very castle-like-esque kind of like masonry here that we see. Again, some pillars. just in complete ruins. But within a day or two, everyone's back out on the streets. They've also got the old horses out with the carriages to give people a little show. A show of the look at this building in the background. Show of the destruction. Top hats everywhere. So what was going on with these fires, guys? What do you think was going on? Can a fire cause this level of destruction? A fire that was caused by Mrs. O'Leary and her cow? Blonk. Smash. And then fire enrages and just destroys the old world. And then we have Boston, Massachusetts, the Great Fire of 1872. November 9th to 10th. The cause is not definitely known, but the fire began in a warehouse. Rapid spread was facilitated by wooden buildings and a lack of adequate water pressure, estimated to have caused around $1.7 billion of damage. By wooden buildings, I see no wooden buildings here. I see only brick buildings. Epic, big, industrial-esque brick buildings. Well, wooden door, I guess, but that wooden door seemed to have survived the fire, yet the brick building itself didn't. Again, the old top hats just stood around. They even brought the army in on this one for whatever reason. Why'd you need the army? But look at that, just completely leveled. Smithereens, look at these bricks. What happened here? I see no wooden buildings. These are all footprints of brick buildings that have been destroyed. 1.7 billion. This one survives. Looks like they were doing a little bit of work on it as well. Maybe a bit of restoration on it prior. Again, you know, maybe putting a new facade on it. Definitely an old building that's just got like a new sort of plastering over it. But again, just completely decimated and destroyed. And then the Seattle, Washington Great Fire. So it's actually the Seattle, Washington Great Fire. Sorry, that was the. So it wasn't 1866. It was 1889. That was the one. I got it mixed up with the Portland, Maine. This is the fire that supposedly caused. So when I shown you the underground aspect of Seattle, this is the fire that caused it. And so this is Yesler Street, I believe, prior to the fire, and this is Yesler Street after the fire. So you can tell here, like this building here, I believe is the remnants of this building here. And the rest of the street just absolutely fucked from a fire. June 6th, the fire started in a carpentry shop when a pot of glue boiled over. What the fuck are you boiling glue for? Boiled over and ignited the building. The flames spread rapidly through wooden structures, of course. Estimated around 600 million of damage. Wooden structures all around. Perfect. Cover story. And then we have the Jacksonville, 1901. So this is 20th century, early 20th century. A spark from a wood shingle mill. Just, you know, a single spark from a wood shingle mill ignited piles of Spanish moss spreading through the city. $450 million. Look at this. Look at the damage that this caused. I mean, you got a castle here. This was evidently a castle. Destroyed. Florida's got a very old history to it. Old world Florida. A lot of, look at these buildings around in the back that survived, but not these ones. You know, look at these bricks just everywhere, just destroyed. Which leads me to this next point I want to make, is for reference, here is Dresden after Allied forces firebombed it into oblivion. One of the most heinous war crimes ever committed. You're right, Goldberg. Virtually identical. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing a city, an old world town, in Dresden. A place that was, you know, the epicenter of art and culture for Germany. You know, it wasn't manufacturing weaponry or anything like that. Full of innocent people. Firebombed by the forces that be, the Allied forces, the good guys, we're told. the good guys that allied with communist Russia, with the communists. But we're not going to discuss that. We're just solely looking at here the damage that's been caused. Look at it. This looks like, if I were to put these photos next to the other photos, you would say it was the same place or the same event had happened. This wasn't caused by a fire, this was caused by bombing, fire bombing. So it is my belief, again, you're allowed to make your own decision, that these were old world cities in America that were strategically targeted and were bombed with some form of technology. I don't know what, probably from airships, from zeppelins. It might have been actual fire bombs, it might have been direct energy weapons. But you know, these pictures are very reminiscent to the aftermath of the recent fires in Maui or Paradise in California, when you've seen like these like the footprint of these cities just left and all of the infrastructure just fucking scorched and destroyed. And I just don't see how a fire can do that to brick buildings without there being specific weaponry, explosive weaponry involved. A fire does not turn a brick building into smithereens. Or maybe I don't know shit about fires. Maybe I'm wrong, but what is your thoughts on that? What do you think?
If you enjoyed this presentation and feel inspired to support both yourself and this channel, then head over to primalalchemy.co.uk. Awaken your potential with the world's only visionary health brand. Discover our collection of tonic herbal elixirs, rare crystals, and holistic health technologies. All chosen and created with intention, so you can focus on the energy you bring into your life. Whether you're grounding yourself, seeking clarity, or elevating your routine, Primal Alchemy supports every step of your journey. Use code REBUS10 for 10% off all superfood elixirs at primalalchemy.co.uk.